Okay, I'm ready. So we have 1 minute officially. Um, I just mentioned that we have a, continuing series. You can start to register, which will be following this series. We have 3 more classes to go. This one is the 7th lesson. I tried to finish by the Yuan dynasty, but um, we go with the chronological order. But next time, maybe we'll break the history order. We just do, also we can break up the Chinese and Japanese difference. But first of all, we try to keep it very uh, clear that there's a chronological order and there's development of style over time. Also, there's influence on other countries like Japan. So you might wonder why we don't paint Seshu yet, because he lives in the period equals to the Ming Dynasty. We not even get Yuan Dynasty yet. We're in the period of Southern Song right now, if you know. If you follow the lessons plan I released on the online website, you should watch in the historical background series by the late Professor James Cahill. His wonderful lectures will help me understand. Okay, today we're going to tackle the intackable, some said unteachable subject matter, the Zen paintings. Okay, by definition, Zen meaning Zen is not something that it could be defined, right? It means sudden enlightenment, and you get it through some first of all your request in the spiritual world, your search in the spiritual realm, and then the master's how to say welcoming prompt, right, or something like that. Moment, it's an interaction between the master and the pupil, constant conversation, or zazen, you just sit and forgetting. So you realize your Buddha nature within you. You already know. Okay, so let's do some practice to begin with. We have learned the academic style, the Song academic style, and the Song literati style. And I have a pop quiz. I think I can have any chance to, I cannot load it. Anyway, in the classroom, there's a like a questionnaire about the differences between the two. If academic school is emphasized on the message, the realism in Chinese context, the realism. Literary painting tend to emphasize on the feelings with thoughts and poetic feelings of painting. So the motif is more important than the result. In Zen painting, we goes beyond that. So there's if literary painting has is painting heart or heart painting, Zen is wuxing, means mindless painting kind of. But you have to realize the full reality before you begin. So anyway, it's philosophical. I try not to to preach you about that. So let's do some something that we'll be using in the Zen painting we're going to do. So first of all, let me do this geese. Let me use paper. Maybe we can then take a shot. So I will paint larger, but you don't have to do as big as what I do. The wild geese or swan geese is migrating birds. When they fly, they form a V-shaped flight. Right? The front one is the largest. They have quite long, like a Canadian geese, somehow. The second one, if you imagine there's a formation line, you don't put it right, on this on a string. You vary a little bit and change the angle a little bit, as if there's a wing buffet below, and then you come back. This one should also vary a little bit, maybe getting smaller. So the angle change. Also, I was vary a little bit the distance, so they don't really look like a team of soldiers, By the way, can you take a cup with me for me? No time. This is not those spam calls. Sorry about the interruption. So we start to vary the distance a little bit from this is considered a group of 5 maybe. If you're painting normal birds like crows, it's the same, Let's just say this is crows. We just do, and then it's getting smaller, and just vary the angle and distance as also. Okay, it's like that. And if it's a geese, you can do another branch and get some water. Sorry. You can practice this. Did you watch the performance I did in 2017 on YouTube? I did an on-stage performance with a Tai Chi sword dancer to the music played by Victoria. The swan geese is a Mongolian song, but I do play the guqin right now. What is called the wild geese descending to sandy bank or sand shore. Let me see where I can show you. I think some of you have also at least heard of this song or are learning the instrument. I think Yodia, you're learning this, right? So
yes, a bit, only a bit.
A little bit, great. Yeah, so it's a famous piece called the same title. So this is among the 8 views of Xiaoxiang River. It's in middle China, Big Lake, Dongting area. I cannot bring that up. videos. Oh, it's here. Videos. So while you're playing this, let me. I have Victoria's. Let's see. Video. Lecture. Slides. I can't find that. Let me do that later. I was trying to say that the music is the same kind of mood, very peaceful, very subtle, very remote, almost some parts there's no sound at all compared to other instruments. But it's in the heart of the listener and the player, right? So let's just finish this as a painting. And you can also do a little bit the landed on page 263 of the mustard seed garden. You see this these birds. Let me just draw some. One of the Muchi's painting in the slideshow of the lectures, you can see there's only very, very light in the mist, the few ducks or geese. Okay, remember the trick of blotting? You can use any piece of paper, make it light. That's how easy it is.
Hi, Henry.
Yes.
Is the reference photo loaded in the class?
Excuse me. I couldn't find it in the book of rocks or trees. It's a different book, but the website, I got it earlier in the beginning of the lockdown. I think they released it to public without a charge. But now I couldn't even buy it. It's gone. I cannot find it anymore. The other books. So you have to. I'll take a picture of this after the class, because I thought I can upload it, but I realized it's not available in the volume we have. So I'm sorry that I can't upload right now, but I will take a picture and upload it afterwards.
Yeah, that will be helpful. Otherwise, I don't really know what I'm painting.
Okay, so let me do. Can you see my birds on the screen?
Yes.
My flying bird. Okay, let's. It's not in the handout. I will send you this picture when I'm done. I'm doing the handout, so to speak. Okay, so don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Okay. Another thing we can study is the reeds. You can do some stems. This is too wet. Because this paper is sized paper without mica. It has no glittering. It's good for landscape. You can get from Blue Heron. Just search for size. This is a 1/2 page of the medium size. It's not a four size. You can also get larger size or smaller size. but I will recommend this for you. For this Southern Song paintings, and you know, all the Southern Song, they don't use unsized paper. They use sized shrine or silk. So it's like kind of like a bamboo, but with longer leaves. On the Muchi's painting, let me bring that up. You will see this very Zen. Muchi's Zen painting. Okay. Oh yeah. Even I enlarge it, you cannot really see that. Let me let me do a share screen, see if it's better, so you can gaze at it. Oops. Can you see it? This is the formation of the flight on the in the remote distance. This is the 4 or 5 V's, and this I'm not sure that that's what I'm doing. The little reeds. It was a record-breaking piece in that year when it was auctioned. You know, it's very expensive. I don't know how much, I forgot. But you can see the birds owning this small. There's not much stroke. I did too much already. This reeds I tried to do only very, and there's nothing there. So let's just finish this by doing some background. So before it gets dry, you can use some, we call this breaking ink. You can use water to break the ink, or ink to paint into wet water.
We cannot see your painting.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Thank you. So I just applied some water into the stroke I made, the little area with the reeds, and then I would.
Harry, we still don't see you painting.
I see. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, good.
Okay. So remember, I did the reed before it gets dry. I start to wash. So you have to do it fast, right? Let me show that. Oops. Okay, let me show this reference on the side. Where you can. Well, it's if the literary painting is between resemblance and dissemblance, or like or dislike of an object, then painting has to do with being or non-being. Understand? It's between there is and there's none. If you see it, you got it. If you don't see it, don't buy it. Do something else. Go for academy painting. Define everything. If you are happy with that, right? So this is a different realm, spiritual realm. There's only little identifiable peak in the distance. And then remember we just do the eyebrows mountain. I call that eyebrow, like eyebrows. 下跪. So this obviously has been influenced by the academic style of 下跪 and 马原, because they're one corner landscape or one half, just the half of the paper is very suggestive, very empty, and very imaginative, very spiritual, to speak. So you can paint wet into wet, or with two brushes. Sometimes I do this. You can use one clean brush, one with ink. You can take you can wet the area first if you want to, just the soft, just like that. Or you can paint something like this, and then you pull it to empty, to the mist, just like a Gombi style, the separate wash on this kind of paper. So you can wash the whole thing if you like. I think the painting we see is painted 99% maybe, not empty as you think. We call this, remember the term, pregnant voids. This brush I'm using is called named after Fu Baoshi, the contemporary master. Fu Baoshi is famous with the split brush technique. It's a mixture of a horse and a goat here. And I use both just to make it faster. So I wet the whole thing. You can see at least the tonality in the same state. The dry one look different than the wet. It would always look darker. Right? And then you can use dry brush with a very little ink. And I use testing, just test. You can rub a little essence of like the shower or something. In this case, I won't use the net water, obviously. It will be too much, right? So, misty lake with the geese maybe too definitive. I mean, yeah, too dark. Maybe I just want to make sure you can see it. And let me just add maybe some. I think it's too wet, so I can make a little bit curve there, so it's not so straight. Something more lyrical. Okay. How's going with this first of the 6 views of Shaoshan? My favorite. The descending geese on flat bank, flat river. It's called sandy bar. I have some more pictures to show you while you paint. Okay, share screen. Do I need to enlarge this, or you can already see in full screen this image? Okay, this is the I think it's a near complete view of this scroll. I think there's dark skyline. It's indicates the time is evening. So let's do that. It's like returning these evening. So let's do some clouds. I thought the ancient Chinese don't know what to do with the blue sky because there's no blue sky in China today, right? Actually, not they do watch the sky. Like in this case, it has to do with the time of the day. They don't have to do the colorful orange sky, dramatic sky, but it's in the poem or title. So it could be imagination. It just was, we do only like 5% maybe to suggest the rest of it. And they even got the, like a perspective from large to small sometimes. In one of the Shagui painting, we did the fan face, there's even orange color, a little bit, a touch of flash in the sky. Also, So this will make it more, can you see it? Okay. It has the water glare. Let me turn this off. So, and let's see what else we can learn from the a joke made green card made by Professor James Cahill. Very funny. And this is the same artist who did that geese painting, the Mushi, Monk Mushi. He's Zen monk painter, very famous in Japan. Most of his paintings are kept in Japan. Look at this. Remember this horizontal mist over the shore of the river or the lake? And I have a friend who just shared a picture last week along the river in Georgia, Atlanta. Exactly like this. So I did some painting. I thought it was so zen. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning. They did boating on the river and saw this kind of mist just above the water. Let me share with you that painting. See if I need lighting. Okay. Okay. Okay, this is a unfinished work of the Xiaoxiang painting by Dong Yuan. You remember Dong Yuan, who invented the hemp wrinkle, hemp fiber wrinkle technique. I did it in that lesson, but I just found it. I will finish with this kind of birds. Would be perfect. And this is a river view I did with the inspiration of that picture. Let me see if I can find that picture. Okay, let me Xiaoxiang. Okay, here it is. Okay. Here's the picture of that inspiration. Can you see the little picture on the left corner there? This is the picture I did. Also, I posted in the class another version of it. This one was done on marbled paper with a ripple pattern. You don't have to draw this, but you know how to do this if you want. Right? This is the one with the hand drawn ripples pattern, like the Ma Yuan style, the Southern Song Master Ma Yuan style. Okay, I can show you. I think some of you may have seen this in the class. I posted it earlier. Oh, yeah, this one is the painting. Yeah, that's a picture of the painting I did. So it's on this kind of paper we just introduced you, the size shrine without mica. And this is another painting I did on mulberry #1 paper. I practiced with birds. It's hard to do the ones on the ground. You can see it's kind of messy, but just the impression. It has the title of that view. Descending geese on flat sand with reeds. This is the way. Just put the leaves on one side, indicate the direction of the wind, and bend mostly on one direction with the wind, whichever you choose. This is the same technique I did here, like this. Okay, and let's see what else we have. Yeah, this is another picture of the same day. This Canadian geese landing on. Actually, he has videos also on this. So you can see the mist in the morning, the clearing mist that we're going to do with Yi Jian, Monk Yi Jian's painting later. Just here are some more fans. I was thinking to do this, another one with the foliage, outlined foliage for the autumn, because yesterday I did a virtual plein air painting of aspen foliage, yellow aspen trees of America landscape. So that, yeah, I was trying to do that, but I have so popular demand to do Zen painting. So if you have to choose, I know some of you would feel more comfortable to do the academic style, like the elaborated style. I will try to do both. Let's do this Zen painting next, Zen painting first. And I see if we have time, we'll do some more Southern Song foliage, okay, outlined trees. Okay, this painting is the most famous Japanese favorite in outside China, maybe overseas Chinese also. But it's still not considered the most popular, most well-known one, like Xia Gui or Ma Yuan. I think maybe less than 1% people heard his name, Yi Jian. Yi Jian. Y-U-J-U-A-N. Monk Yi Jian. He has no official records. There are three monks have the same Dharma name, different family name maybe. So we don't even know which one was which. Japanese scholars believe this was done by a monk in Tiantai Temple, and some believe, I think including James Cahill. He lived in the temple in Hangzhou because he's painting around the lake there. So let's just learn some elements in this painting to begin with. Okay. So let me enlarge this, see if we can see that. I think we can do it without sharing the screen. Maybe. Uh-oh, we can see only the pixels. Can you see the little figures there? I think we have better view in his lecture series. Let me see if I can bring that one up. Okay, so we need to learn how to do the bridge, how to do the figures and the house before we do the fun part. You agree? Otherwise, it's not a Zen painting. It's too wild, maybe. So you need to get this human presence first. Okay. We do have some pages in this Bible, the Master Seed Garden Manual of Painting, and I think this one is not in the book of dogs. This is in the buildings of figures, maybe. So we have bridges on page 288. Or if you have other version, you can also find that. Don't worry if you don't have this handout. Again, I'll upload it. I upload my sample painting of this. So let's do this here. To save time, I'll just do actual bridge on the composition. So I'll finish it into a painting. It's a very abstract. If you cannot really see, you don't have to copy exactly. So just use dark to dark gray. Maybe we save some dark. I think this is okay to use dark, but I will save it to the figure and the buildings. So I got some water in it. It's overnight ink. It's not pure ink. Let's just do. So the painting has a poem on the left side. The painting itself is not very framed, so it's all empty. You just do this, it's like a C-shaped formation. The foreground starting here with bridge.
What paper are you using?
Yeah, the same paper. I use same paper, sized paper for this. Sized paper, yeah.
Hello, Henry Lee. If I don't have any size paper with me, can I just use the half size paper?
You can use the semi-size or unsized.
Okay. Thank you, also.
But some technique it may vary. If I have time, I will try different paper too. So let's just do this. So I just draw a bridge like in the Mustard Seed Garden Manual on page 288. Okay. So there are 3 strokes, like a 3 piece of board. Whiteboard. We don't make it really thick. There might be a little thickness suggested. I think on the masterpiece there's no. Even there's a little overlapping, like between the 2 pieces. That's okay. And on the bottom under this joint, I did it a little bit different maybe. So there's a perspective, depends on how you understand. I really don't. You just basically do in one long and one short. You know, it could be. Doesn't matter really. Just make it a 2D design looks a little varied. You know, not the same. So it's like a nail head stroke with a rat tail finish. Okay, that's a very common calligraphy stroke. And this is like a nail head also, a nail head finish. But the second nail, the finishing part is thinner. But you make sure you don't put an exposed tip there. So that's my bridge. And then I will do the houses. The houses, okay. The artist may have done the house after mountain is formed, but we don't have to do that because we're making a copy. I just, you could do the figure and the house first, certainly. We don't know because there's no information on it. We have to guess. Okay, this is the part we are trying to do. So roughly above on the right side above the bridge, there is a main hotel, inn maybe. Okay, this is how you do it. You make a nail head start and go up, and then make a folding and go down to form a triangle. But this one has a rat tail finish. So there's a dot on the joint. It's like triangular shape. We always use this kind of stroke when we do rock, even like just pull and push and pull, whatever, up and down. And then you can make another one slightly small ceiling, roof under it. Just remember the mist, so we only see the roof in this case. And then you can draw little dots, indicate the architectural features. Don't fuss with it. Just don't change, don't depict. Just and then there's another triangle. Make sure the ceiling, the roof line is flat. So this is a flat. This is flat. And then just do another one on the side. And then the flat half roof. You don't have to do any window there, but you can dot just one. The main one has more windows. The other should have less and less. This is the host house, and then some other. This between the two should be the path. So we leave some space between the first group and the second group I'm doing now, and you can draw a little suggestion of the window there, and then another one stacking. You can do the lower one first, whichever you feel comfortable. Then pen another one on top. It's also okay. So don't wash the ceiling, the tile yet. And just some horizontal, some vertical lines will suggest the architecture. Okay, and make sure you don't complete everything because it's behind the trees, things like that. And you can leave some houses on the cliff later. It could be done with the rock. And then there's a house behind this cliff to the right. You don't have to worry about that. So we just finished this. You can use a small brush actually. We have the small visual brush in the basic 3. We have a tiny brush among the 4 tiny little brushes. I think we have also, I don't have it here, a smaller, a shorter hair whistle brush or leaf ring brush. It's the same kind of hair, but much shorter. You can also do. I just use my tiny little brush for the figure. I think, let me use a computer paper or something I can show you. This stick figures, I don't find it in the mustard. They only got scholars and some servants, that kind of figures, not more detailed. This one is quite interesting. So basically, you draw two travelers. One is older, maybe. So this is the head. Even the tiny little head, you need to make a little head, hair or hat. Just like a half of the circle is the hair, something like that. And then there's a L, but you can leave a space for the shoulder and the hip, and then a T kind of shape, J maybe. Yeah, J for the leg, and then a little L for the arm, the right arm, and another small L, and then what's the walking stick? I think it's too tall, but that looks like a Confucius walking scholars. It should be smaller, just like a hiking stick. It's just, this is kind of small, I think. Okay, don't fill in any blank, just the lines, stick figure. You can do another one on top. This time I just do the L first, and then the T or J. You can separate the joints. Maybe you can do another turn. I'm not sure if it's correct. This one I drew too big, so that's a mistake. So this two figures should be the same size, right? But this one does not hold the stick, so let's do this one as a. So this leg is too long. There's a proportion issue. So that's about it. Okay, let's try again. And notice they are not on the same level. So that indicates the slope, imaginary slope. That's another important technique in this painting, if there's a technique. Okay, just the L and the T or J, another L. That's it. That's it. But they tend to bend forward. And notice the gravity. So gravity is in the front, and then the head is looking up. And you can leave a little space between the head and the shoulder. That's why I need to practice. I tried without practicing, and I find this part is the most difficult part, believe it or not. It's very childish, but it's hard. I mean, you have to feel the gasp of the traveler. so you enjoy the happiness. They finally reach the destination before dawn. Right? Okay, I think this one is almost like that. And then another figure. This figure in the front looks younger, so and it's simpler. It's harder to do. See if I can get a close-up view from the other sources for you. Okay, let me see. Zen painting lecture. Okay, I got it. Oh, this is pretty clear. Okay. Okay, can you see this one? Oops. Let's do one more time before we have a go. Well, let's just do it. Why not? So proportionally, you need to make sure it's smaller than the house. And it's not realistic, but very important. I think the house I did probably is a little too small. I can enlarge this roof.
You have to change the picture here, Henry.
I see some tires there. We can add it later. Okay. So any comment? I heard something there in the background.
You're not showing your painting. You're showing the example.
You want to show my painting? Okay. Oh yeah. Before I do, I haven't done that yet. Okay. Here we go. We have both the painting and my practice, my go. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Let me see if I can see the figures here. Okay. Now you can see the head is bent towards the ground. Not bent, it's leaned forward. So just dot the hair and then do a half circle. Suggested there's always space between strokes, you know, ideal complete. And the shoulder is kind of behind the head, and they have an L-shaped stroke. Oh, I got too small. I think let me enlarge it. I got a hip there. It's like maybe something is carrying, or I don't know, the horizontal thing under the hip part, and then this leg is divided into two strokes. That's very clear. And there's a L-shaped arm, but not exactly repeat the same angle. It goes up, and then yeah, I just make this under it. I don't have room under the jaw because my head is a little too big. I have to adjust to the moment. This is Zen. You do not want to stick to some pre consumptions, you know, through plan. You need to keep it. You need to respond to the situation. Okay, this is my figure. It's too big, I know. Let me do a smaller one this time. I think he did it in less than 10 seconds. I know that. I'm going to do this fast. And just the right. Oops. It's too tall. Okay. I'm just showing you the process. I also want you to see it. If it's too small, you cannot see it. All right. Now I'm ready to have some fun. All right. If you look at the strokes, what do you think is a on the lower part? This rocket looks like a X cut or tangled, untangled rope, something like that. That doesn't matter. The remote mountain looks like a bit some hemp maybe, but basically they're rounded hills. Okay, so not suitable for X cut because they're covered with earthen mount with vegetation. All right. So you need to understand all that. Otherwise, you will go wrong immediately. So you need to learn where the history is originated, and then you need to know the logic. When I paint this painting, I try to record the mountain town or village I have been in my past travel experience. For example, Victoria and I drove from Colorado Springs to LA. We spent 10 days. The first night we stopped at Aspen just before dawn. Aspen, beautiful ski town. And then I skipped all the middle. The last favorite stop was Sedona before we come to LA. We didn't plan there, but when we get to Sedona, it's like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. After rain, there's a rainbow and mist in the mountain disappearing and reappearing in the rain clouds, and there's a rainbow. Exactly like this painting. In the mood, in the sense of the mood. So when I paint, I think about this. This technique is called broken ink technique. I don't know how to pronounce it in Japanese. They have a special term. In Chinese, it's po mo. Po means to break, okay. So the key is you paint one tone, either dark or light. Then you break it with another tone. That's the idea. You don't paint in one step, or the two, at least the two, one break the other. X cut strokes. You need to dry the brush a little bit. Maybe I'm using the Fubashi landscape brush. It's a straight brush. I not try to copy. I should just paint before, but I also want to show you if I want to reproduce this, fake it, how hard it is to get something like that. Okay. Just basically one stroke for each section maybe. So then you just add water to dilute it. There's some trees in the distance look like the trees in LA. I don't know what tree is this. Just some vegetation. So this is a dark first. Then to save time, I just save this brush. So he might have done one brush. I use clean water basically with a little bit pure ink, clean ink, almost nothing. So I pour this color. Actually, this has some dry. I know there's some dry in it. It could have he could have done some dry before, you know, this, but you can do it afterwards either way. So there's no certain rule of process, but basically you do it in two different tones. One is very light, maybe just water, you know, you just got ink from the previous layer, dark. Okay, now I try to let me see. For the distant mountain, naturally I'll do it in light first, and then I add the accent on top of that. So I don't do the darkest part yet. I just dot these hills. They're you know, basically it's just like a dabbing dot, but we can still see contour and the shaping kind of technique. So it's like a triangular shape, like this, yeah. Triangular shape. I see lots of triangular shape. So not really changing the position of the you know, the holding of the brush. Just keep it slant to the paper. When the brush is light, just go to the light part. You know, just do this washes. When the brush is dark, you start from the dark. So this is just water. I know there's going to be nothing, but I do see there's mountain foot here, right, roughly suggesting the river. So I will do the river with a little bit of touch of light. It could be just, you know, the photography illusion, but I think it should be there, like a horizon line or something. It could be under the bridge, but don't have to. Remember, it's between being and the non-being. Between being and non-being. If you define this, you lose the Zen charm, the ambiguity. Ambiguity is okay. Let me just add a few strokes there. Some X cut. And you know, use the dry brush with the landscape hair brush. You can rub it on the wet, but you have to wait the right moment. Right here is too wet. You have to wait to the right moment, like a Shagui does. So just keep doing until the brush is exhausted. Don't reload. You'll get all the natural tone and dry and wet variations. Okay, now there's a cliff on this side. Let's see. So it looks like done in one stroke with a double load. But you can do the light first, and then you add the. It's like eyebrows mountain in Xiagui. You know, I just you can go down, whichever you feel comfortable. But I think you can do this. It's almost like a rainbow with some curve. And you can always blot if it's too dark. All right. And then let me see. Oh, that's another painting by him. Okay. It disappears in the void. So you can just add some water, soften the margin. All right, this will use another breaking ink broken ink technique. You can use a little bit dark gray, dry the brush, make sure it's very, very, very dry, and then rub it when it's damp. Okay, and then add some dry dark into wet. Understand? But you know, it's not chaotic. It's almost like the mustards, and then you know, just it could be very slow. You don't have to do it fast. Because the brush is so dry, you can do it slowly. And here's a little accent of ink there, and this is a distant mountain. I feel it's like a backlit. Yeah, so the shade is on this side. I'm thinking Western concept, the cast shadow. So this dark looks like a cast shadow to me. So just draw some dry onto wet. Yeah. Some cliff, something like that. Just look at your painting more than the original. Just see what it demands, what the painting demands. Some dark, too dark. Split brush to get some rough edge. You cannot really duplicate someone's signature, so don't worry if it doesn't look exactly. You get the spirit, you know, not just the traces. So, oops. I try to indicate some vertical line for the trunk or something. For the tree, not the here. There's some side street. Another building here. You can add it. Enlarge it. You see it? It's not very clear. Okay, here's one. Very small. Another triangle shape. Okay, now it's time to add some details to the building. You can do some tiles, horizontal shaping stroke. Just one stroke sometimes helps to. Okay, there's no window there. It's just not there. And you can restate if you need it. I don't worry about the cast shadow. In watercolor, you should do something under the eave. Okay, so this one, oh, there's a little building on the side view. So there's always overlapping. That's interesting. Always, you can suggest some more. You can add more if you have space, you know, to suggest the village and maybe residents or whatever. But you only need to do the top of the roof, not the wall. There's no wall lines on this painting at all. This indicates it's a distant view. Okay, let me take an overall look of this. We may need to put some darks on this ground. So dark could be breaking the light under it if we need. Okay. And we need to make sure it's dry. Dry. In the poem, it used the word drag. The rain dragged the foot of the cross to the long sandy shower or sandy bank of the stream. The translator of that book, I made a mistake. I think the Changsha, the long river bank, is also the city, the capital city of Hunan province. So she thought that's a city's name, and she concluded the station writer concluding that the poem has nothing to do except the mood. The scenery is nothing to do with the painting, which is not like that, because I see everything in there. There's no willow though mentioned in the poem. So I did another painting with willow. I will show you, with inspiration of my hometown. After a floody rain, my brother took some pictures of an ancient mountain town nearby our home, his home there, and there's a bridge, just like this, crossing the river called Qinghua, and the town, the oldest town in Nanjing is called the Shitoten, the rocky castle, maybe 2,000-year-old. Okay. Okay, when I start to just copy, I think I'm making mistakes, start to overdoing it seems. Okay. Let me finish by some calligraphy description. This should be lightest. So we need to indicate the foreground, middle ground, and the remote ground. Okay. I try to make it more atmospheric. I think the figure is dry, so I can paint. I'm using this wrist brush. It's my favorite large brush. I could have done this in just one stroke with this brush. Okay. Close enough. All right, let me write something. 意见. I didn't have room for the whole poem. I just write the title from the 笑香, the eight views of 笑香. Drag. This paper is very easy to manipulate. It's like a gombi painting. You know, you can use clean brush to pour the dark ink into the clouds, but don't use excessive water. So when you finish the section, it's almost with not with shining water on the paper. We have a different technique in the contemporary painting. If you learned lesson 19, the Fubashi style, we use lots of water, just ran into it. That's a different approach. You probably can do that actually. If you want, you can do that. But I think it's different. So we try to do it in the authentic, original way. So just 三世奇难 meaning mountain town, clearing mist after rain. After rain is not there. I added. Usually that's what that means. In the poem, it mentions the rainbow in the sunset light, something like very colorful. And the traveler is missing home. Right? Shan, my accent is san. Shan means mountain. Shi means city or town, market. A small, small market, san shi, mountain market. Qin means clear or fine day, sunny day. But this is not a sunny day. Sunny or clearing. Yeah. Qin. Lan means mist. I think the artist Yu Qi wrote another character because he wrote 三世情软 情暖 means round mountain. In mustard seed garden, it refers to the rounded hills. So 三世情暖 means clearing hills. That's all okay, perfect. But because we try to do the original song theme, the 8 views of Xiaoshan, officially is Qin Lan. Lan is mist in the mountain. Usually like above the stream or rising after a rainstorm, that kind of mist. Mountain on top and then the wind at the bottom. That's a qi kind of called the lan qi, means you see in the picture of the river, that kind of thing is lan, the little mist with a shape. Normally the shape has no shape, not definitive shape, like this little area, like you see it in the trees. 三世奇难 仿 means mimic. Yu, jade, Jian. That's his Dharma, Buddhist Dharma name. Many monks may have that name, same name. So it's making it hard to for the historians decide which one is this painting belongs to. Anyway, from Yu Jian, and I'll put the year of 2000. I use this character instead of the number. 2020. It's the same character. Year and 小辉. Okay. Seal. Oops, that's the original. Okay. This is the whole picture. Let's see. I think that because I write it not in a straight way, so it's a little bit linked inward. Let me just put it on this side. I try to balance the. I'll just put here. Okay. We have about 10 minutes. Should we talk about the foliage, or we save it to the next lesson maybe? Let me see what you're doing, and if you have any questions, I can do some demo and explanation of this artist. If not, we will talk about another painting on different paper. If you don't have questions, let me just do another one. Okay. Let's see if we use a size unsized paper. Okay, I have some test I did just before the class this morning, and I used a cheap paper, not cheap, just the practice paper called Confucius Shrine. Some of you may have already got this, and this is very absorbent, right? I used some experiment to instead of using water, I use alcohol. You know, alcohol is always helpful. I don't drink the alcohol. This is for hand cleaning and cleaning hands. This kind of alcohol hand cleaner. Also, I tried this acetone. So let me show you. The reason I use this is it dries fast. So in no time, it's dry. Instead of water, it's just for demo purpose. This way. Let me just use this plate. Okay, let me just pour a little bit acetone. It evaporates the fast, and then I just add a little alcohol in it to slow it down, so it will not dry too fast. And then I don't use this. It's a little sticky. I don't have to use that, but you can control. See, this part makes it a little bit not really. It evaporates. So it's not making the paper turn hard, something like that. So I use this liquids let's do a painting, maybe a different composition by hand. Okay, here's another one called the Dongting Qiuye, the moon over Dongting. See the Dongting lake with the moon. Let me just clear this off. Damage. Okay. Yeah, alcohol drinking may be good to keep you from too conscious, but not in a dream state. That's the best for this kind of painting. So we could do the building first. Let me just yeah. Usually we do the dark first, give some structure. So the tree comes first. When I do this, I look at the painting as if I'm looking to a landscape in the field. I just draw without looking my hand. Sometimes it helps.
Do you want to share the screen, Henry?
I'm not sharing the screen. Oh,
We're not seeing the original. There we go.
I'm sorry, I missed that part. It's not much. Okay, now you can see both, right? So this is the beginning. I did this tree with a small brush, the small whistle brush, and then I draw this roof very loosely, just balconies, just like that, something like that. It's almost like cursive style calligraphy. Then there's something, just a bridge. I think it's a bridge. Something like a bank. Ambiguity. Okay, but if I'm not sure, just cover it. Just starting from this. Oh, it evaporates already. So it dries already. That's okay. That's all I need. There's not much in this painting. So just some something in the tree there. Okay, this is the moon-shaped bridge. I make it too clear, so let me make sure it's. Oops, I got some island here. Start to creating my own composition. And you know what to do with this kind of rock. You need to do some more trees. Maybe just oh, I can do this outline foliage on this one. Okay, so just a distant mountain, island in the distance. Just like that. That's it, I think. Let me outline the leaves. So if you outline the foliage, you do either the round or the triangle or the let's say this is Japanese maple. So this is two. With a little bit pitch sap, control the bleeding. Maybe what we can do. So you stacked them along a imaginative slant, like that. Then you vary the numbers of each row. Make sure they squeeze out the branch just triangles. So next time we'll do the round ones. This time just the triangle. So I make a one row of 4 or 5, then another is like 3, and this one maybe just 2. So vary the number of each group. It takes forever, but really not that very much time. See, I already finished. And make sure the outer shape is natural. And let me just do the moon here, the full moon. You don't have to draw, just suggestively, not so long, but that's my moonlight, not Muchi, the Yijian style. Dongting Qiuyue, meaning he has only three survived. Dongting Qiuyue is one of that. I don't remember this one is not. Yeah. Oh, here's the third one. This one is Yuan Fu Gui Fan, returning sail from distant shore. Yeah, this one is not very difficult to do. So let me finish by the third one. So we'll finish all his surviving pieces of the eight scenery, 8 views of the Xiaoxiang.
Henry,
Yes.
when the ancients used alcohol, did they use a rubbing type alcohol, or did they just pour alcohol out of the bottle or a jug? You
They
know,
don't, they don't use alcohol to paint, they drink.
So they didn't, all right, because on your paper, it looks like, did you paint the paper first with alcohol and acetone?
Yeah, yes. Yeah, let me do this right now. You can see. So
Yeah.
I use alcohol, and then because it dries faster, so I don't have to use a hair dryer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is actually I can combine this too, so it comes into a scroll, right? So
Okay.
this is continuing from here. So this is into the second. Yeah, it could be done in one scroll, I think. So let's do that. Let's just do this. I imagine the moon is shining from there. So there should be some shadow. Okay. Now there's this tree in black. We call this. I think you can see it, right? Bonus tree or dot, not mask dot, but just direct dotting. So you just draw the stem as usual. Use 4 sides, not just the one. Something like that to indicate all directions. And then you just you can just dot. I know somebody tried this last week. Here's the trick. You need to practice what we next time I will elaborate. The 4-stroke jie or fin penny character penny or jie. You do it in a group of 4, not without the grouping. So this is all very important. You do it in a jie shape, like a half chrysanthemum kind of pattern. If you keep continue with this dry brush, you'll get to this right side towards the moon, almost is in a shine moonlit effect. So you omit a lot. Suggestively, just do it like a poet, haiku, just some fragments of the image and suggest the whole mood and falling leaves, maybe something like that. So this is autumn landscape. So you have the rule sometimes, but mostly it's hidden. You know, the chair maybe. You see, this is dry already, but it's still a little damp. If I want, I can still paint wet into wet a little bit. So that's why I like the alcohol. Acetic alcohol. Alcohol can slow down. It's already gone. It's already all gone. So there's a boat. So the person is on the lake, appreciating the moment with some friends. And okay, this is the boat. Okay, I have to use small brush for details. And remember the stroke for rock? It's everywhere. You know, the triangle shape. So this is a figure, it's triangle, and then here is another figure, it's triangle. And just add a half circle and then a dot for the hair, and they're greeting, they're talking to each other. You can add a little bit, suggestion of the arm, just a little stroke, indicate that. And there's a table with wine on it. You can indicate a little bit, maybe the other side of the boat. I'm not sure. Don't have to. So no reflection or anything is needed. You can wash the whole lake with some more atmospheric, but it's okay already. Remember, it's being and non-being, so it's between being and the non-being. So my combined view of this actually, you know what? It might be mislabeled. This one looked like not the returning sail. In the title, it says returning sail from distant shore, but this is no sail. It's like a pleasure boat on the lake in the moonlight. So this whole painting right here should be Dongting Lake view with moonlight, in moonlit night. See? Beautiful, right? This is on unsized paper, not the best paper, but if you use good paper. I like this. Let me show you how light it is. There's almost nothing there. But your mind's eye can see it. So very, 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 probably if it's 10 scale from dark to light, this is number 10, number 9.5, 9.9. Very, very, very light. But after mounting, you'll see it. I'll take a good picture so you can see it. I'll sign maybe here to finish. So this is the opening and the closing. So I can sign right here, maybe. I just used leftover ink from yesterday's calligraphy class from Victoria. So 洞庭秋月, right? 洞庭 autumn moon over Dongting Lake, Lake Dongting. Dongting is a big lake in Hunan province. Dongting, Ting means garden. Dong is cave. This is just the name of this famous biggest lake. 洞庭秋月, autumn. 月 moon. That's one of the 8 views of Xiaoshan. Yijian only have 3. 原浦规范, yeah, mountain market is returning sale and this moonlight of the Dongting. So Muqi has also 3 left in this series. Yeah, we should always write on from right to the left. So this is mimicking Yujian again. Yujian. I just write the year of the rat. This is autumn. So this is the right season. Okay, so between being and non-being, now you understand. Emptiness is a Buddhist idea. So you can gaze at it, meditate. When you do tea ceremony, or you meditate, sit and zazen, sit and sitting meditation. This kind of painting will make you help you get into the Zen state of mind. This is a half-inch stone seal. My last name. Okay. If it's a scroll, you look like this. Starting, you can. I will put another seal here. Maybe Zen heart or Zen painting. Painting Zen. Goes like that. Oh, I got some extra reflections from my crowded paper. I got some blotting paper. Just got added to this tree into the. That's nice. Let's just make that into a reflection, and then I can do this bridge also. Remember, don't overdo it. So just like that. Yeah. That's a non-bridge. Yeah. There's a Zen poem we could also use. It says, "One ju water, the moon is in your hand. If you fetch a bowl of water in your hand, you got the moon." Beautiful Zen. Right? Moon is very. It's in your hand if you have the Zen in your mind. Okay, I'll let you go. Judy is very late for you. I know. Do you have any?
No problem. I enjoy this.
Thank you. Okay, let me see if you have.
Thank you so much. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you for your comment. Oh, thank you for showing Pamela. Yeah, beautiful. So you all graduated from Zen School of Painting. Very good. I was looking forward to see your work in the online website. Great. Susan, right? Susan, let me put on speaker view so we can.
Susan Heyman, yes.
Susan Heyman, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that's nice. Very nice. Then very good. Anybody else want to show us? Let me see.
Oh,
No more to show. Okay. Take your time. Yeah, I have Susan Tabush. Okay. Very nice, Susan Tabush. Yeah. Very good. Very good. Try to. Okay, very good. Yeah, the geese, the flying geese. Yeah, try to hold the composition. We have a name for this kind of painting. It's called the care for spontaneity, or spontaneous carefulness kind of painting. Okay, so you need to be very careful in composition like this. So you don't get loose on composition. You could get loose on strokes and the execution of the totality of the image. Yeah. So I didn't plan this, but it comes out. That means you have to keep yourself to the moment. That's a Zen idea. So be ready to take advantage to live with the what's come up in our life, turn it into a beautiful Zen. Just Zen is everywhere. Zen is in your heart. If like I said in the beginning, the Tao or the Zen is mindless kind of painting. It's also Zen, heart painting, painting Zen or Zen painting, both. Just try not to hold anything too tight. Try to if you try to do it in a Zen-ism or minimalism, you didn't get it. There's no design here. No purpose of minimalism. But Zen is a deduction game. So the zero, return to the zero. The answer, remember the answer, and you can see the zero everywhere in my painting. Here's a zero, emptiness of, and here's a zero. So return to the zero, to the emptiness, the source of all wisdom of Zen. Okay, I'll take pictures of these illustrations and then send it to you in email and post it to the website. See you next week. I will do some autumn foliages.
thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Really
Beautiful.
enjoyed.
Thanks, Henry.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.